Part of me hopes that all of this is a joke, that it's satire, but I also don't think that humanity is that lucky.
That's it. That's my intro.
I'm Amanda and you're watching Swell Entertainment, and today we are sort of talking about the NFT thing. I do have a larger video planned out around the cult of NFTs because some of you are getting terrifying and scary. That is going to be probably a longer, messier video considering, again, that's a large swath of the internet right now. And my generation. I'm not naive enough to think that it's not. I think this is a subset of it. I think this is a small section of it. And I also think this is proof that people with money are capable of doing incredibly dumb things, which we know. But first, let me take a second to thank the sponsors for this video, ThredUp. ThredUp is an online consignment and thrift store that is good for your wallet and the planet. I love thrift shopping, but I don't always have the time that I think is needed to really go through a bunch of racks and find little gems that I like. ThredUp is a great way to get thrift store deals and finds from the comfort of your own home. I got this American Eagle baby doll top, paired it with this Old Navy cardigan, and I'm officially the nerdy girl on a Disney Channel show. I also got this Vince sweater, and I paired it with this Old Navy jacket, and now I look like I'm a background character in Twilight. And yes, it's dark green because obviously I had to get something dark green. Next, I got this pretty little thing mini dress, and I paired it with Hermes because he wanted to be included. But I also paired it with this BCB Generation jacket, which I am absolutely obsessed with, and it has a hood. I didn't pair this sweater with anything other than my jeans, but I just love shoulder cutout sweaters. ThredUp has an incredible selection of items and brands, and they are giving my audience a 30% off code and free shipping on your first order with code AMANDA. That's code AMANDA for 30% off your first order from ThredUp. And thank you to ThredUp for sponsoring this video. Today we are talking about oh God, something that was bought from Christie's. And I don't want to be mean though. This is why I can never truly be a commentary YouTuber in the way that some of my peers can be. Because I am capable of being a bitch, 100%. I think it's important. I think that's how I'm able to survive in this world. But I also don't like just being mean. I kind of want to call this out, but I also don't want to be an asshole about it. I think this whole thing is incredibly stupid, but I also don't want to call any of these people stupid. So we're talking about how a picture book was bought from Christie's, and it made these crypto people think that they owned the intellectual property rights to Dune. I'm not kidding. So like I said at the start of this video, I very much hope that this was all satire, and I'm gonna read you the original tweet that came across my timeline on Twitter because this is what brought this to my attention. It was someone being like, basically calling out that NFT people are stupid. And that's what okay. I both understand NFTs and also think that the logic behind it that some people are trying to spew is incredibly pyramid scheming. I have thought about doing an NFT for a video where I talk about NFTs, but then also do one myself. And the more I looked into it, the more I was uncomfortable doing that because just kind of felt hypocritical for me to shit on billionaires going to space and then also buy/make an NFT and how that's going to contribute to the environment. But then at the same time, I mean, I function on the internet, and electricity in and of itself uses fuel and all of that. And anyway, it's a whole cluster mess, okay? It's a dumpster fire. It's too early in the video for me to say the F word, but you get what I'm saying. I understand the concept behind NFTs and all of that. I don't think that some people that are involved in NFTs understand what the NFT actually is. And there is a lot of questions about it when you buy a piece of ownership on the blockchain, essentially owning the NFT. Do you own the original copyright? And so that's where I've seen a lot of YouTubers and artists and things like that thinking about doing NFTs, but then wondering, okay, is this still my work? Luckily for me, they linked the Christie's lot that this picture book came from. I was originally hoping that all of this was fake and that they were lying, and they didn't actually pay what they said they paid for it, because when I read the amount, I was like, one, that's too much money for anything, frankly. But then also, when I read what people were saying it was estimated to be worth, and then what they paid for it, it doesn't help the stupid argument. It just doesn't. I'm gonna butcher a bunch of these names. I apologize in advance. Frank Herbert, Alejandro Jodorowsky, Dune, printed by the Reproduction Workshops Avila Plans, circa 1975. I'm dyslexic. I can't do much better than that. I apologize. An extraordinary artifact from one of the most iconic science fiction filmic adaptations, a doomed project which inspired legions of filmmakers and moviegoers alike. Often described as the greatest movie that was never made, Alejandro Jodorowsky's filmic adaptation of Dune is one of the most famous doomed projects in movie history. To help him in the daunting task, I think it meant to say daunting. There's a typo. Christie's, there's a typo under. I can't read half the words on this page, but I'm calling you out on the typo. I'm assuming it's supposed to say daunting. They're missing an N. To help him in this daunting task, he gathered some of the most talented artists of his time. Originally published in 1965 in the United States, Frank Herbert's Dune received several sequels and became the best-selling science fiction book ever, deeply influencing several generations. Obviously, Dune just came out and all of that. So this is basically a concept art book for the Dune adaptation from Jodorowsky that was never made. Obviously, even though this book was made, Jodorowsky did not own, I feel like I'm pronouncing that right. I'm not pronouncing it right. I feel like I'm not. Jodorowsky. I feel like I'm saying it phonetically, but I also don't think that's right. I have to say his name a lot in this. I'm gonna feel really, oh God. Anyway, he did not own Dune, okay? He made an adaptation. He was pitching it. This was the book that was about the movie that never got made. But he still didn't own Dune, okay? Because he did, okay. Do you understand that? I'm assuming. Sometimes when I say that, you guys think I'm being condescending. I'm not. I'm really just trying to drive the point home. I don't know how else to drive it home. I'm assuming that you understand that Jodorowsky did not own Dune. Frank Herbert, who created Dune, wrote it. He owned it. His estate owns it. It's now licensed to Warner Brothers because of the movie deal. Now let me read you the tweet that I mentioned from Spice DAO, and it's my understanding that Spice is a crypto, and these people are like big crypto guys. Let's look up the Spice. Oh, this sounds like a pyramid scheme. So this person was looking more into the book buying and all of that, and someone started saying that because the book is unpublished, it means that they do in fact own the copyright. No, but then they were talking about how they were able to pay for this. So apparently, this was not paid for with Spice tokens. Contributors are given a Spice token in return for their funds, serving as a governance token in Spice DAO's proposal system, managed on the Snapshot platform. Any holders of Spice will be able to make and vote on proposals, with votes weighted by the token share. Governance will be handled by the multi-sig until the auction takes place and the manuscript is successfully acquired. If the bid fails, the DAO will be disbanded, with everyone able to redeem their Spice for their contribution. If it succeeds, the Snapshot governance system will go live and the multi-sig will act as executioners of successfully passed proposals, with a multi-sig vote serving as a veto right to unexploit proposals. My thought was, how do you get this type of money? Apparently, the Spice organization had people donate funds in exchange for Spice tokens, and then that funds were used to bid on the book. That's my understanding of what's going on. So let me read you the tweet. We won the auction for 2.66 million euros. Now our mission is to 1, make the book public to the extent permitted by law. 2, produce an original animated limited series inspired by the book and sell it to a streaming service. 3, support derivative projects from the community. What is an NFT? An NFT is a non-fungible token. A book is literally a fungible thing. This is an iPad. It's a fungible thing. A book is a fungible thing. When you buy the book, you do not then become the owner of the rights to the book, even if it's a limited released or technically unreleased book and it's considered a collector's item. You do not then own the rights to the book. You own a copy of the book. That's what these people don't seem to be understanding. Those who control the Spice control the DAO. We own a rare copy of Jodorowsky's Dune book and are going to make it public. And then the Discord they linked. Intellectual property. Let's say hypothetically that buying this copy of the book meant that they owned the rights to Jodorowsky's Dune adaptation. Jodorowsky, again, did not own Dune. It was a proposed adaptation that never went to fruition. They'd still have to go through Herbert's estate to get the rights, license the rights to make anything with Dune, which won't happen because currently Warner Brothers owns that and they've pumped a ton of money into it. To take away from Warner Brothers is currently at this stage, it seems impossible. So all of this is useless. This seems like it was pitched. Like they really genuinely... Okay, the lot listing on Christie's, it was an estimated to be worth 25,000 to 35,000 euros. And I was hoping they were wrong. I'm hoping they lied. They inflated the number to like hide money. I don't know, steal money from their DAO or whatever the hell it is. I don't care. I was just hoping they didn't actually play 2.6 million euros for this. No, price realized 2.6 million. It closed November of 2021. Why announce it now? Did they only just now get the book in their possession? Is that what it was? I'm assuming they had to wait for the money to clear. That might be it. That's the only thing I can say, unless this is wrong or that's when it was appraised or what it is. But that's just, it's so stupid. Storyboards, some concept art. From a collector's perspective, this is a great piece of art, history, Dune lore, I don't know, whatever you choose to look at it. I do think for a collector's item, this is very fascinating. I would love to look at something like this as someone who's interested in film and the film industry. Fascinating, okay? You still don't own the rights to the... I don't know how many times I'm gonna have to say that. Anyway, let's go back to their Twitter. Again, those who control the Spice control the DAO. So again, when you give money, you get given a Spice token. Apparently they're trying to say that you can then return your Spice tokens and get funds back. This sounds like a pyramid scheme. If you listen to my Swell Shenanigans episode about influencer crypto scams, I called it more insidious than some other scams that I've seen from influencers and content creators because the cost of a crypto, goes up when people put money into it. Someone has to buy it at that number for it to be at that number. And then you have influencers go and cash out all they can. So what they spent maybe nothing on or $200 on is now worth $3 million because of all the money that they put into it by getting their fans to buy into it. Then they cash out, their fans lose all their money, and these influencers have all the money. And it quite literally is the tech crypto equivalent of someone tapping your shoulder and then you stealing their wallet from the other pocket. That is how I experience that. That's how I see it. I think it's insidious. I think it's messed up. And if you were an influencer who does this, you're an asshole. I'll say it to your face. I don't care. How is this not that? Because this seems a little more like, oh yes, give us your money. And then you get a Spice token. And then maybe I can't find, where the fuck do you buy? Can I just buy? I love that they put their location as the metaverse. I hate the internet. Some of their tweets are just solid gold. If you are a talent agent representing actors, please DM. Are you trying to find actors? Are you trying to get representation? This is a fascinating way of doing it. Core team introduces 2 proposals to launch the development of DAO's original animated limited series. What if Jason Aaron wrote our screenplay? In response to their original tweet, like that I mentioned, in response to people's criticisms of them, saying it was stupid, that they didn't understand copyright, that they didn't understand intellectual property, that they didn't understand that they bought a book and not the rights to something. Can Christie's do that? I don't even think they can do that. I think they have to have something that's tangible. I know they're starting to do non-fungible tokens. That's not my point. But did they think they were buying an NFT and they bought a book? Question, isn't Dune available in bookstores? I don't think that's the question people are having. The book we bought is an artist's book. Each copy is unique and was self-published and bound by hand. It collects the storyboards for a movie that was never made by director Alejandro Jodorowsky, not the text to Frank Herbert's novel. It's still his creation. It's still his intellectual property. Q, are you aware that purchasing the book does not give you its copyright? Yes, after 2 months of outreach, conversations with former business partners, and consultations with legal counsel, we were not able to reach an agreement with any of the right holders involved in the creation of the context of the artist's books. Wait a minute. Okay, so that's why they didn't announce it. So they're not even trying to get the actual rights. They're trying to get the rights to the artist editions because multiple artists came together and worked on the storyboards and all of that for the book and all of that, okay? They're trying to do that? I think that's even more stupid. All of this is a waste of money. Okay. Did you consult any lawyers after winning the... This is a before auction decision. This is like Logan Paul allegedly losing $3 million on fake Pokemon cards. You talk to people before you make the purchase. You don't think with your wallet or your dick. You get things done and figured out beforehand. I need to calm down. Yes, the multi-signer who acted as the DAO's proxy with Christie's and bid on our behalf during the auction has legal representation and consulted with them after they won the auction. That's a before auction decision. Oh my, I'm going to keep saying that. I'm just going to keep, this is getting worse. Question, why did you overpay for the book? Christie's original estimate was 25,000 to 35,000 euros. The book was offered for sale at auction, and auction is the process of taking bids and selling the item to the highest bidder. During the auction, a bidding war started, and we were intent on winning at any cost. See, this is why auction should be made public. I want to know who else bid on this. I know they only care about the final auction number, but I want to know who got this number this high. Because my guess is they thought this was going to be let me pitch this to you. They had a movie moment. Someone pitched 50,000, maybe 100,000, and they were like 2 million. Like that, they thought that was their mic drop moment. That's what I'm thinking. And then someone was like, you know what? Fuck these guys. 2.1 and just got it to 2.66. That's what it sounds like. Because there's no way. Do people want it that bad? I don't want to question if there's hardcore Dune collectors. I'm not going to doubt that. But I mean, for this particular book, that's essentially a derivative piece of artwork, which I do think as, again, a collector's item, I think it's fascinating. I think this is great. But 2.6 million. Question, do you intend to burn the book or damage it in any way? What the fuck? No, as the owner of the artist's book, it is the DOA's responsibility to ensure the preservation and security. Anyone on the internet can post a proposal on our discourse website. Someone tried to say that they should burn the book after they make it public. That's really stupid. Why did you need to buy the book to make your own original animation? The book and the animation are two separate verticals of the DAO's activity. They have nothing to do with each other. I think they're trying to backtrack. I think they're trying to say that owning this was just a thing that they wanted. They always meant to spend this much money, and they're trying to say that they never intended to make a work based on it or around it or inspired by it. I don't think they understood what they were buying. That's what it sounds like. They thought this was going to give them rights. It did not. And it sounds like maybe they're trying to backtrack and say that that was never their intention. They were always going to make an original animated series. It was never going to be based on this. And that's what they're trying to clear up here. I call BS. I don't think you spend 2.6 million without thinking it gave you something. Isn't the entire book available online on a Google Drive link? We are aware that there are low-resolution, cropped and blurry scans of some pages from the artist's book floating around the internet. These constitute less than 10% of the book's total contents, which have never been seen publicly. Will you mint the book as an NFT? We will make the book public to the extent permitted by law. This is it. This thread, these photos, that's all you can do. Really, that's really it. This isn't like Pharma Bro, that idiot, buying the Wu-Tang album and then like threatening people with it, or threatening to destroy it, or threatening to wipe people from it, or threatening to, no one's ever gonna listen to it except for me because I'm a rich fucking bastard. You know, that thing. This isn't like that, it seems. I truly think they did this thinking this was a good investment for themselves. This wasn't like, it's ours now. They're trying to make it public, but they can't. This was just a really misguided way of trying to share things. See, I can't even say this is like the democratization of art or something like that. Like, this is not like trying to make it like free use is not the word. Widely available, because like I don't people are saying that, hey, I want to read this book, because again, this was a piece of collector's items. This was on sale for a reason. Some people are saying they've been wanting to read it for years. We are interviewing document management and electronic archiving businesses. Again, can you do that if you don't own it? They tweeted something. It later got deleted because someone replied to their tweet. Chris Foss Art replied, "You don't have permission to advertise your online business using the Dune Guild Tug artwork by Chris Foss. Please remove the artwork from your various business platforms." "Let us buy you lunch in San Diego," is how they replied. Someone replied, "Actual lunch or a receipt for a picture of someone else's lunch." Someone by the name of CoinWitch, who it's my understanding is part of the Spice DAO team, based on some things that they've been linked to. In the last few days, the Spice DAO team has put themselves out there engaging sci-fi Twitter. We're just a bunch of dreamers who bought a rare book without a real plan beyond that, and the backlash is intense. The whole team, but especially the Discord mod, has been absolute saints for putting up with the tsunami of trolling and engaging anyone who shows a hint of good faith debate. I'm really proud of my DAO right now. To all the toxic no coiners, enjoy the FUD while it lasts. I've seen what's coming and it's going to be fucking legendary. Did you just call me a crypto slayer? No coiners. Oh, I kind of want to put that on a t-shirt. That's so good. I own crypto. I'm not gonna pretend I don't, but I don't own Spice. Do you know? That's too good. Oh God. Oh, I'm gonna cry. Perfect. I mean, it does sound like you bit off more than you could chew. It's okay to acknowledge that. Okay, Coin Witch replied to some people, again, to this thread. Someone said, what's your response to the copyright concerns? Coin Witch replied, we'll create our own art and make it completely original. Then what's the point of the book? We like the book. So why did you pay 100 times what it was estimated to go for? Because it was an auction. I guess we weren't the only ones who liked the book. If the media will be completely original, then why is the book being publicly associated with the media? The DAO originally formed with the sole intention of buying the book, but we accidentally raised $5 million more than necessary in the process. Who is giving... We accidentally raised more money, so we had to decide what to do with the money. And as it turns out, we want to make an anime. So why not funnel that money directly into anime production costs instead of purchasing a collectible that doesn't help with publishing rights? Honestly, if this was an intentional marketing tactic, then you did receive viral awareness through a very risky investment. First and foremost, we want to own the book. We are here for the art. It's not an investment with the expectation of monetary returns. We literally bought a valueless governance token, and after and accomplished our goal of buying the book, we said, fuck it, let's make an anime. I still think that what this was is that they bought the book thinking it was going to give them rights. Obviously, it does not. But then they were like, hey, we have more money. Let's make an anime. But obviously, the anime was never the original intention, which means you can't just, there's no way they just bought the book so they could buy the book. There's no goddamn way. I can't believe that. You don't raise over $5 million for the chance to buy a book. Is Dune like a big part of their server? Like Dune's nowhere else on this, it seems. I think I'm right. I think I'm correct. Yeah, this is the clarity you guys need to spread because as an outsider, my first assumption was you guys bought the book to make the show. After reading this and rereading the original tweet from Spice DAO, it does make more sense. For a long time, we didn't have to think about how to present ourselves to the world because of obscurity. Then suddenly a tweet dunking on us went viral, but the artists and showrunners in our DMs are the only comms that matter at this stage, so let's them laugh. The core team introduces 2 proposals to launch the development. So when you click that, brings you to the Spice DAO page, their forum page. Original series writing competition, original series package strategy, Dune video game documentary to support the forthcoming animated series, deploy treasury assets to generate income via Vesper Earn. Okay, these are proposals. TLDR, a writing competition to generate original IP that Spice DAO will own and control 100% ourselves to be developed into an original animated limited series. What they're trying to do, it seems, is get their supporters, like, what's the phrase here? Cult members? What do you call them? Oh, let's go with members. Members to pitch their own ideas so that then the Spice DAO can claim them as theirs and make an anime from it. Which, I mean, hey, if all you want is for your idea to be made into a show, great. Personally, I like to be recognized for my achievements and my ideas. So, I mean, I would want my name on it. Not my screen name, my name. I would also like to still own it because at the end of the day, that would be my intellectual property. Yeah, see, someone said, hello, as having experience in publishing, you wouldn't want to be able to take unsolicited proposals, but need to create a legal contract that anyone submitting story ideas would sign in order to prevent any legal entanglements. Yeah, what's stopping someone from pitching an idea and then retracting it later once it's made, you know? Get a lawyer under payroll. You apparently have $5 million. Get someone on retainer. You need to have it. This is insane. This is fascinating. I'm kind of obsessed. Like this element of it, of like, this is basically like, did you guys hear? I didn't talk about this yet. I was going to make a video on it and then it seems like it fell apart. A bunch of dystopian YA authors were going to do an NFT series that was basically a pyramid scheme, but also an NFT where they were like going to make like a crowdsourced book or story that was going to be like encouraged by fans or something. Like it was a whole mess and a half. That almost feels like this. I think this was dumb. I think they're backtracking now, and I think they now finally realize this gives them no actual rights. Maybe one of you watching this does think that the book is worth 2.6 million euros. I don't think it was worth that. It doesn't seem like Christie's thinks it was worth that. And it previously has sold for about $35,000 from my understanding, like 2 years ago in 2019 or something. God, is that 3 years ago now? It's interesting that they still continue to like promote that. So earlier, like I said, that the Coin Witch tweets and the person responding to them talking about how when you go back and read the original tweet, it makes more sense now. It does not. Produce an original animated limited series inspired by the book and sell it to a streaming service. Inspired by implies that it's based on or associated with in any capacity, which I don't think you can do. Inspired by the purchase of the book? That could be something. All of this I think is insane. And that's really it. There's not really an ending. It just kind of, it's a waiting game now. I would be fascinated to see if this comes from anywhere. Hey, if you want me to look over your stories, because I love ripping things apart, let me know. Although I'm fairly certain all of you will block me after this if you see this, which is fine. That's always right too. If you guys want to actually clear some things up, if any of you want to do, any of the Spice DAO want to do an interview, if you want to keep your face out of it, no problem doing that. We'll keep your camera off. But I think that would be fun. Let me know. Did you see these tweets? Do you own any Spice? Are you part of the Spice DAO? Are you a fan of Dune? Let me know. Comment down below. Reminder, I have a podcast, the Swell Entertainment podcast. Reminder, I have merch like that mug back there. All of that will be linked down below. Shout out to my patrons. Thank you so much for supporting me on Patreon. If you'd also like to support me on Patreon, they'll be listed down below. If you'd like to follow me on social media, that'll be all up here. And that's going to be it. Have a lovely day. Goodbye. No coiners. No coiners. Too good. Oh God. I need that to show. I need a movie. Okay. I need a movie deal based around crypto, and I need them to unironically call people no coiners. Get 30% off your first order on ThreadUp with code Amanda. Thank you again to ThreadUp for sponsoring this video. Thank you, Alan, Cameron, Christopher, Chris, Cody, Colton, Crash PC, Destiny, Devin, Dirty One, Dawn, Elliot, Evan, Feckless, Hopeless, Hollow, Joker, Ray, Joe, John M, Jordan, Joseph, Kenny, Kevin, Kim, Kristen, Lauren, Lamb, Lex, Lisa, Luis, Matt, O, Matthew S, Meme Lord the Red, Michael J, Nathaniel, Pat, Penn, Rob, Robert Ross, Sam, Serena, Skylar, Simon, Taj, Timothy, Tom, Wendy, Williams, Endry.